Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Workshop, featuring Duelyst. In the previous episode, we played some games, got really frustrated, but that's okay. I do think we need to change some of our cards in Vanar, the starter Vanar deck. What do we change? From my experience, it seems that Maw is a very good card to put into this deck. And I guess we can easily just sub out Snow Chasers, because what I realized is that even if we only have like 1 or 2 Vespear units, like just a Crystal Cloaker and a Glacial Elemental, that's usually more than enough to justify the Cryogenesis into your deck. It's such a good card. That might mean that Bone Chill Barrier is not that good, but we'll see. I think what we can do is actually get rid of some of our golems and replace them with better neutral cards. What cards would be good in this deck? Well, from what I see, tech cards like Frostbone Naga and Lightbender actually have a lot of value in a Kara Winterblade deck, simply because of the fact that, you know, they spawn with more stats than they usually do, which might make them super duper good. Okay, so I'm planning to do a new version of this deck that doesn't use the golem synergies, because it seems like golems are a bit too slow. So we can do some Maw to replace those Metallurgists. And then we have a free 4 and a free 5 slot, so that we can keep the same mana curve. For 4, I think Sunsteel Defender is better than the Hailstone, because even if it does have 3 less health, it has the very awesome Force Field keyword, and unlike Divine Shield in Hearthstone, this thing refreshes every turn, making it a very big threat. And I guess since we're gonna take out 5 drops, might as well add Ash Mephit. Ash Mephit's a very interesting card, because every time you buff it once, you actually buff it thrice, because you summon 2 copies of the minion that you're summoning. So if this is a 3/4, you summon 3 3/4s, which can be quite powerful given the right situation. So I think that's a very interesting set of changes we'll make to this deck. We'll play a few games with it and see where it takes us. I was rank 3 before, just playing some of my usual decks. Okay, wait, let's see. Well, an opening that is very possible is to just do Bone Chill Barrier, steal everything, and then play a Fenrir Warmaster. I think that's a good play, and then we follow up with Sojourner to draw our cards. Oh, that's interesting. I guess the same play still goes. Yeah. Yeah. Some area denial. And it lets us summon a Fenrir. Is that really the play we want to make? We put the Fenrir here or here. I guess by putting it here, we deny this Azure Horn Shaman. Yeah, okay, I think that's the better play. Excuse me. Alright. Hopefully this doesn't bite us in the butt. So he's running this guy, this Azure Horn Shaman, which signals to me that he's probably playing a Divine Bond KO deck. So that's pretty okay, because we do have Aspect of the Fox, which allows us to basically instantly remove anything that might be a threat. Oh, nice. Nice. He gets to remove both of them. That was a bit unfortunate for me. Unfortunate. I guess our play is to do a Sojourner here. And I guess we can silence this guy. Sorry, dispel. We can dispel him. Hopefully that's more than enough to negate the capabilities of this card. Okay, so we're running out of cards real fast. We need to make sure that Sojourner draws us a few cards. It's a good thing I'm not against an Argeon, High Main, because he would have been able to buff this guy, and then it's such an easy trade into the Sojourner. But since we're fighting against a, what's her name? Zir'an? Yeah, Zir'an Sunforge, it's quite possible that the Sojourner draws 2 cards at least. Fudge. Remember what I said about drawing 3 cards at least, or 2 cards at least? Yeah, that's not happening anymore. So, what's he doing? What's his plan? So he seems to be just a control deck, right? Oh, that was a misplay on his part. That lets me get this trade, but I don't want that trade. I actually want to hopefully get a minion. Yes, thank you. Buff up my dudes. Is it better? Yeah, it's better to play the Sunsteel now. We're gonna play you here to make it harder for the opponent to deal with you. The reason why I'm playing it here is because it will be nigh impossible for him to do a Holy Immolation play, because he has no unit that can go here and instantly wipe me. And even if he does do that, this still has the Force Field, which will keep it safe from the Holy Immolation. So that's pretty good. Because if I had placed it anywhere else, he could have just sent something in and then Holy Immolation, which would have been bad. Oh, in case that wasn't quite clear, I highly doubt he has a 1-drop to be able to move the Azure Horn Shaman here and then place a unit here to Holy Immolation me plus my Sunsteel Defender. Because, again, he only has 5 mana and I don't think Leona runs a lot of 1-drops. This Sunsteel Defender is quite powerful in Kara Winterblade's deck. This thing can basically trade with so many things that it's kind of insane. If he does end up summoning a Ironcleave, that's absolutely fine as well, because I can just play a Snowpiercer and then trade Sunsteel plus my face for the Ironcleave. Oh. So this exact combination of cards was what he needed to destroy me this turn. Like, it was that exact combination of cards. It had to be specifically that combination of cards. That's quite frustrating. Well, that's well, all right then. Yeah, we're gonna want to remove this card. The Ash Mephit's gonna carry us, I hope. Oh, thank goodness, card draw. Hopefully one of these guys will stay alive. Him silencing my Sojourner at the start, sorry, dispelling my Sojourner at the start, could basically win him this entire game, by the way. You know, silencing things isn't, like, how do I explain this? Just because you silence something doesn't necessarily mean that it's dead. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is the right play. This should give me the unit I want. There you go. We should buff. And yes. Yes, I understand this is me playing into Holy Immolation again. But you have to understand that sometimes you have to take the risk in order to be able to win the game. I still can't believe Blood Tier Alchemist into Holy Immolation was his play that turn. Like, it was so perfect for him. Oh, oh, it's a Holy Immolation play. That's disgusting. Every time. Every time. Oh my goodness. How is that even fair? My opponent got lucky, as usual. So we move back. Summon a bunch of big drops. And hopefully we don't die next turn. Though, most likely we will. Well played. So, what lost us that game is quite simple to understand. My opponent was very lucky and drew the exact combination of cards he needed at that first time in order to beat me, because he did Blood Tier Alchemist into Holy Immolation. Oh my goodness. Huh, interesting. A hand filled with units. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. Curve is this, this, and this, of course, but, you know, we can summon Cryogenesis and so on, should we need them. Seems like my opponent has no early drop. We're likely replacing for one. Found one. Found two. Never mind. Huh. Cryogenesis. You're so bad, man. Okay, I think the Fenrir War Master isn't living up to my expectations. We might have to replace him. Oh, next turn is Sojourner play, I guess. Fenrir War Master. Why are you so bad? He's gonna hit me with a Primus Shield Master. Or just an Un-7. Alright. Un-7. Oh my goodness. We all know what this is gonna turn out to be. The Primus is the better play. Yes. Yes, absolutely. The Primus is the better play. So why is the Primus the better play compared to a Sunsteel Defender? It's because with the Sunsteel Defender, he can not only just trade the Un-7 in for free, that gets rid of the force field, he'll then just play Abyssal Scar and attack my Sunsteel Defender to instantly kill it for literally nothing else on the board. By playing a Primus Shield Master, not only does the Un-7 not get to instantly die and spawn whatever silly death dying wish unit he has, but it also doesn't die to 5 damage. Because this has 6 health. Because this is 2, 2, and 1. That is good enough. It forces him to have a card in order to deal with my unit, which is oftentimes good enough. Though I do regret using my Chromatic Cold on that Abyssal Crawler, because I would rather have used it on an Un-7, but when you're fighting against Kasiva decks, you're just not sure whether or not they're playing Un-7. So it's better to just, you know, just play the board. Oh, he had the 2 damage. Good job. Now, is he gonna spend 1 mana just to generate more creep? Yes, he is. I think that's a bad play. You should have just, you know, played a 2-drop instead. I don't know how the extra creep. Oh, because he played an Mana Spring. Never mind. Oh my goodness. We're buffing everything in the hand. Oh, Kasiva. Yeah, we're doing this. Hopefully it saves us from Kasiva's really weird stuff. Oh, Ma. Hi, Ma. Hi, Ma. So by the way, I'm in diamond rank now. It seems that this deck, my deck, is just getting really unlucky, especially that last game, man. It's okay though. Spectral Blade is such a good artifact. A lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people underestimate it, but it's such a good artifact. So he's likely protecting himself against the Sunsteel Defender, which is A-okay on my part, A-okay on my part. Oh, interesting. Oh my goodness. He just... People, why are you so lucky? Why people so lucky? It's alright. I guess we can just, you know, swarm the board with a bunch of Fenrir War Masters. I guess we're gonna keep the Snowpiercer in order to have some burst damage. I guess we can hit her face instead. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, like, a bunch of things can obviously go wrong. Horribly, horribly wrong. Yes, I know I'm letting him draw cards by leaving this thing alive, but that's fine. At this point, we're no longer playing the value game. We're trying to just overwhelm him with the units. Keeping this as burst, I think, is the better play. Because this forces him to have a lot of removal and... Oh my goodness. Okay. What silly unit is this? Please have nothing. Oh my goodness, he does have nothing. It's amazing. Would it be better for me to have 4 5s? I mean, yes, it would be. I guess we can Hailstone. Yeah, okay, this is a okay turn. Note that I'm going here instead of staying somewhere here because next turn's gonna be Shadow Nova 100%. Just watch. So he's, by putting myself here, I'm basically forcing him to quote-unquote waste a space, because in order to hit me, he has to play either here, these 4 spaces, these 4 spaces, these 4 spaces, or these 4 spaces. So no matter where he places it, one tile will already be Shadow Creep by then. So he has to waste a tile of Shadow Creep to hit me. Which is a pretty good deal in my book. He's likely gonna go my face, which means he has Shadow Nova in his hand. But since the end of your last turn, that's unfair. This died on this turn. What was that? Oh, game, come on. Why'd you do this, man? Okay, so our only hope is that he doesn't have Shadow Nova, right? Well, I mean, like, it's not our only hope, but it's our big hope. This thing dies. Maybe he does have Shadow Nova, then I guess I lose. It's fine. Oh, wow. Those appeared in generally okay positions. So it's a 50-50, right? He either has Shadow Nova or doesn't. He does. Never mind. GG. I lose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yup, just enough to kill me. Oh no, that was 7. Anyway, that was fine. So we lost 2 games. It's pretty fine. It's pretty okay. What What's losing us these games? We have to analyze. I guess we just got really unlucky the first game, and in the second game, I just concede the Kasiva matchup. This deck doesn't really have a good way of dealing with Kasiva. Glacial Elemental plus the wall, not working out so well. A Wolf Raven is interesting. Like a 2/5. That's interesting. Dragar Lord, interesting as well. But we're gonna keep it a budget deck. So let's try to keep things rare or easier. Okay, I think we can drop the Fenrir War Masters because they're not doing so hot. We can drop the Bone Chills because they're not doing so hot. We can drop the Glacial Elementals because they're not doing so hot. And we can just add in extra copies of cards that are really good. Where are you? Cryogenesis. Where's the tiger? Where's the tiger? There you go. Okay, I think we're gonna have to put. Oh no, we can't because that's an expensive card. Maybe we can try some Void Hunters in this deck. Yeah, Void Hunters seem okay. For the remaining two, Blazing Spines? No. We're gonna need more units. Wolf Raven seems very interesting. But I think a Hearth Sister would do us way better. Alright, so those are some few changes I made to the deck. We can just edit them later on. But we'll see how they go in the next episode. So that pretty much does it for this episode of the workshop. If you guys have any questions, comments, or suggestions, do put it in the comment section down below, and I will be sure to answer as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and good night.